Well, let's do a quick update. Let's talk Brian Kohberger, this accused piece of human shit.
Wow, you're careful.
Evidently, there's some pictures, and I'm going to give, I'm going to give I'm going to give a small, like a little Dorito chip. You get a corner of the chip for online sleuths.
They did some work on this one.
They did. They had a picture of the memorial, again, of the 4 slain students, RIP, our hearts are with the family, but they had a picture of a man who looked like Brian Kohberger, who attended the event, the memorial. I believe it is him.
It very much so looks like him.
So play into the MO of the douchery that this man represents an American crime. What a piece of shit. You can just see him in the back and be like, none of these people even know it's all my fault.
I'm the ultimate predator.
What a bitch.
If only they knew what a villain I was.
The only thing I could think of, Henry, is did he get massive amounts of pleasure from this?
Yes. Absolutely.
So,
well, and then also straight up, but then he got dinged because BTK was like, I'll never talk to him.
Right.
I would never, ever, ever talk to him. Because I think that, yes, he went through, this is why they talk about, this is why serial killers do that. They often visit the scenes of their crimes. Mm-hmm. They go back because they want to see, oh, look at all of my handiwork. Look at all of them cry. You know, like, it's that shit. But it's sad because BTK was like, number one, do I not talk to that guy? Right?
Don't do it.
But number two, I'd never talk to that guy.
He
and
didn't
number
like
three,
him.
Why won't my daughter talk to me?
BTK is a little bit upset because he murdered a bunch of people there, and
in the worst way possible.
In the worst way possible, and then his family, for some reason, isn't coming over for Christmas or Thanksgiving to the jail anymore.
They keep forgetting his birthday.
Isn't that strange?
And his birthday is incredible. It is on the 15th of rape.
I didn't know that was a month.
Yeah, man, and it is easy to remember. No, this guy it is just really interesting to see all of these personalities come to play. This does sort of feel like a movie where they're all talking to the old serial killer to see what he's feeling, and Catherine Ramsland is. I haven't really seen a comment from her yet about the nature of her relationship with Brian Kohberger.
Yes.
As of yet. But I'm very interested to see what she says. I've had several messages from other students of Catherine Ramsland saying she's an incredible teacher. And she doesn't really talk about BTK a lot in class. She's not always like, well, my good friend Dennis Rader. She doesn't do that a lot.
Well, I would imagine also at some point she has to feel, well, I don't know. If I was a teacher of criminology, you teach criminology in order to help detectives or people who want to stop these crimes.
You're creating cops. That's the whole point.
But then all of a sudden somebody takes this information, bastardizes it, manipulates it, puts it into their own polluted mainframe, and they start committing crimes. I would feel a little bit conflicted, like, what am I doing here? Why am I helping these people?
It's a small percentage, and a lot of times...
so small.
The best part is these cops, a lot of times, they're just stealing cable, and it's other types of crimes. They're stealing more like, they're stealing some weed underneath from the evidence desk and stuff like that. That's the kind of crimes that, some of these cops commit when they're not just murdering people in a very untrained scenario where they seem to pull out their gun really easily.
Well, if Kohberger is convicted, he's going to have a hell of a time in jail. He thinks he's a tough boy, but indeed he will be surrounded by grown-ass men.
You really, really think that he thinks he's tough? He looks like a fucking pelican.
To be fair, don't even say that, though, because first of all, Zion Williamson's a Pelican, and he's a very good basketball player.
What?
He's on the Pelicans from New Orleans.
Can I just say that
Pelicans
New Orleans, that's the dumbest name for a team.
Why?
Because it's Pelicans. They don't play basketball.
Well, originally the Jazz was, I believe, from there. But then they moved out to Utah.
But that's a cancer. Again, Utah's the least jazzy place I've ever been.
Although they do enjoy stringed music.
Yeah, but jazz is more... And guy going... And another guy going... Boom, 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 boom.
It's about the notes you don't play. So according to Valerie Cipollona... She's 50. She was in jail with Kohberger. She was there for domestic violence. So, Valerie had she had a couple of drinks.
Wow. Whoa. She probably did something bad. Who knows?
Domestic violence. She beat the shit out of her husband or girlfriend or something happened. Either way, you don't piss off mean Val. This is what she said. Kohberger was yelling at the guard. Kohberger was yelling, "You come in here and I'll cut you. I'm going to pee on your face.
Hey.
Do what you want with me. I don't give a shit." So go if you're the jail guard. And this
They're
is
all
why
just laughing. They're all just like, oh,
you're gonna pee on my face? You gonna pee on my face?
You want to pee on my face? Tell me it's raining from your dick?
So even he pretending to be a tough guy, because again, he's just a spoiled bitch. His big tough guy statement is, "I'm gonna pee on your face." And if he says that in prison, he's just gonna end up poopy boy. And he's just going to be used as toilet paper for the next lifetime.
A guy's going to gargle your piss, and then he's going to smash your head against the wall until it's nothing but a bunch of jelly.
Anyway.
I also feel like we are kind of reaching the end of some of these news until we get some more and more pertinent details, because we're not really certain exactly how the murders went down in the house. We're getting a little bit more of an view into it. It's really fucked up. But here's some of the more scintillating news breaks. This is from CBS News. They interviewed a former classmate of his from Pleasant Valley High School, and she asked not to use her name, but all she said was, "Brian was really funny. He wasn't outgoing at all, but he also wasn't shy." This is where we're at. This is where true crime's at.
This is why boys like this, they get laid. Because she thinks he's funny, she's projecting her sense of humor onto this blank surface of a human being.
He's nothing. Yeah, he's nothing.
But we actually tried to be funny, and then some jokes don't hit.
Well, people say a lot of times we've been called tryhards, we've been called shitheads, we've been called assholes, we've been called libtards, we've been called Nazis, we've been called every single thing. So yeah, it's different because but that's what I say about myself, right? I'm not that outgoing, but I'm really not that shy either.
Absolutely.
But again, that's all of us. That's what's nice about it. Again, that's what people do to normal people that project themselves.
Just don't call me late to the gangbang. Followed by a potluck.
That's kind of I'd call it a butt luck.
It's a butt luck. Also, obviously, we've been hearing a little bit about the roommates that were there. And again, they were 20 years old. I don't know. I'm not going to say anything about their actions. It is what it is. They waited a little bit long to call the police, and apparently there were some screams coming from the house that they heard. Again, these are 20-year-olds. I don't know. Maybe they were scared shitless.
They've never experienced a single bit of trauma in their life. These are very protected children that are very privileged, and then when they saw something like this happening, they did just shut down.
I do think that they shut down.
They shut down, and they didn't know what to do because, again, Natalie and I were talking about this last night, and I've lived in a group house scenario. Like, I've lived in a house with 5 other roommates.
As of like 7 years ago.
Oh, yeah. And then you go in and out, like, a bunch of 19, 20-year-olds, like, you don't know who's coming in and out of the house. Like, it's chaos in there. Like, it's mostly you're partying, you're having fun. And it's largely, especially in a place like this, we never locked our doors. Guess what? Lock your fucking doors. Because lock your fucking doors.
It's college.
Because guess who's coming, man? These fucking shitty little nerd criminology students who are training themselves to be cops/serial killers, and they know they don't lock your doors, and they want to come in and they want to make themselves the head of the new cycle of your little town. So just lock your fucking doors.
According to Cipollone, again, Valerie, she's in there for scissoring too hard.
Yeah.
She says, this is what he yelled at one of the guards. She says, "Come on in, motherfucker. You come in here. Let's talk." He sounds like that Guns N' Roses song. "Get in the ring, motherfucker.
Get in the ring, motherfucker."
And I know Axel is apparently a tough guy, but
he is a tough guy.
His voice is not "get in the ring, motherfucker."
That's how you know he's not tough, is because he's got that fucking syndrome where people probably act like he's not tough all the time and he's gonna knock guys in the head. Brian Kohberger's a piece of shit. They're gonna get him. But again, this is kind of speaking towards what we were talking about last episode, where he is doing a lot of outbursts in jail. He is not being a calm part of this process.
No, because he probably watched the movie with Kevin Hart and Will Ferrell called, like, I don't know.
Go Hard, or is it Get Hard, or Be Hard?
Get Ready.
Man Hard?
Yeah, Open Up. And he thinks this is how you're supposed to do, because this is how you're supposed to look tough in jail. Again, jail is like anything else. It's actually drawing attention.
Shut up, dog.
It's drawing attention to him, though, and it's just going to lead him to be bullied.
You put yourself back up against the wall. You put your back up against the wall, right? You shit with one leg out of your fucking pants. These motherfuckers with these chomos come up and they want to pull your card. You best be able to respect yourself, because if not, you're going to get your fucking wig split.
There you go. You watched a couple of YouTube videos and you are a hardened criminal.
I am prison.
He says,
"Look at me, man. I'm bars, dude."
You are nothing but bars. She claims that he shouted, "Come into this cell and I'll show you I'm a creeper. Come into this cell and I'll cut you up too." Which does seem like a bit of an admittal.
I think that she's intense. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, and then he did it.
Yeah, we can stop.
I mean, it is a legend. It's still a legend, but he probably did. We'll find out. We could have egg in my face, and that egg could very gradually turn into gold. Depends on what happens in the society. Perfect radio.